but a bitch.
We're back. Welcome to the Unimaginary Friendcast. This is a live conversation with your best friends. We've been off the air for a few minutes. We're so excited to see you. We are your hosts.
I'm Nathan Von Edmondson.
I'm Erin Marie, Betty Davis Jr.
Who the hell are you people and what the hell are we doing?
Who are you?
I'm davidmonster.com, and that means go to davidmonster.com, you fucking idiots. All right, go ahead. Keep going. Sorry.
Oh, guys, it's so good to see you all. Happy New Year. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays and stuff.
Ooh, that's
happy
Merry Christmas.
Bold. Bold of you to say. Yeah, so you might have noticed that you haven't seen us since September. But here we are. We're in the
September.
I know. It honestly feels like it was a few weeks ago.
No, was it September?
Yeah, September 22nd, I think.
You could have said July, and I would have been like, yeah, that sounds about right.
And we're going to explain why that is. So shut up.
Well, how about let me first tell everyone what they're about to witness tonight.
Yes, Miss Claus.
What they're about to experience.
Saying Merry Christmas, and meanwhile, you got a Christmas tree attacking me in the background.
I'm a holiday princess. I'm not Mrs. Claus.
Uh-oh.
Oh no! Oh, our tree, our New Year's tree fell over.
It's beautiful.
Tonight, this is our yearly. This has been a tradition for the last 7 or 8 New Years. We've been together, but this is our yearly recap of the year. We have notes on what we talked about last year. So whether or not our predictions for 2023 came true, whether or not we stuck with our resolutions. We'll kind of look at the year in review, the good, the bad, the ugly, and then we'll look ahead for 2024. So that's what you're in for tonight. We'd love to hear from anyone that's listening live. It's been a long time since we've seen you. David, you said you wanted to share why we've been off the air. I'm curious why you think we've been off the air.
Oh, well, I was going to say, because I have had people, I don't know. Yeah. We've had hundreds and hundreds of the listeners contact us. Why haven't you done Scientology part 2 like you said you were going to do? And da-da-da-da-da. We had a huge staff meeting. The entire staff was there, huge production meeting. Everybody was there. After the last one, and I'm not even kidding with you, I'm being honest and serious with you, I had to sit with these people we talked about in Scientology for 3 or 4 days. And I swear to God, it's like what people talk about PTSD. And we're talking about people that were good friends with women who were raped and then abandoned those women to support a rapist, like an entire community. And it's all these people that I know. And I don't know how the Scientology podcasters and ex-Scientologist crusaders do it. Because I want to talk about Scientology every once in a while, but I don't want to go in depth like that anymore. Because those people are so awful and they're a part of my past. And it made me feel like I went through a period where I was feeling so horrible for the women. Because it's like, yeah, I'm feeling like that. What are they feeling like having these Scientologists scream at them, follow them online, call them liars, go to their court. What is it called when you lawsuit? No, court date. What? Hearings. Go to the hearings where, thank God, he was found guilty, and stare at her and and say little whisper things in the hallway and stuff like that. So I think that's just it. It's like, I want to talk badly about Scientology, but not a lot. I want to kind of leave it in the past. I will tell anyone who listens, it's a cult and it's awful. And if you want to know why, that is such a magnifying glass as to why it's a cult. An entire community of people turned on raped women to support the man who raped them, who was a bigger donor, who gave more money to the church and was a bigger celebrity. If that's not a cult, I don't know what is. Anyway, so I know a lot of you out there are like, well, big deal, like talk about it. Like, I'm not that interested anymore. Like, I just want to leave it in the past. I do want to deal the death blow to Scientology and take it down, but like, and good, and let's all put our hands together and say, you know, like, praise be to the people who keep talking about it every day. Praise be to the Leah Remini's and the Aaron Smith Levins who can talk about it and not experience all the garbage that comes with it. And that's all. Do you guys understand what I just said? Does that make any sense to anybody?
I will say that I think our understanding of why we haven't podcasted in a while is a little different than yours.
Oh no, I was just saying, I wasn't saying why we haven't podcasted in a while. I was just saying why we didn't come back with the Scientology one, which a lot of people actually asked for.
Even that's a lot. I have a different answer for that.
Oh, okay, go ahead. Well, yeah, because I want to tell you, Aaron and Nathan fought tooth and nail to have us talk about Scientology tonight, and I shot them down. But go ahead, Aaron.
As if you guys remember, we're in the trenches of parenthood. We have a 7-month-old and a nearly 3-year-old. And the last 7 months, sleep has become scarce and very challenging. And we actually can't find an uninterrupted 2-hour block time to do this project. It does not exist in our lives. We can't ever plan for it. At any moment, we could be pulled away. I don't know if you remember the last Scientology podcast where we promised to do a second one. I wasn't there for 90% of it because everybody was crying. So life it's a very unique time in life that we'll probably look back on fondly in some ways, and also blackout, things like that.
Are you guys at this point ready to concede to the fact that people who have children are insane?
Oh, it's just such a... You had an answer.
I think the sleep deprivation makes you insane. Because I don't think I've ever been this consistently sleep deprived. You know, when you're in your 20s, I didn't sleep a lot. I had, very little sleep, but I was able to handle it. And it was of my own accord, and I could nap whenever I wanted to. That isn't the case now. So it's been a ride.
It's just there's so much good to the journey that it can on days completely neutralize or like supersede all the negative. But then sometimes the balance is out of whack, and you just some days feel like, well, what did we do?
Aren't there? Is it true or is it not true? I want both of you guys to answer this question, that some days it takes more than you have to give.
Oh, is most 100%. Every day?
Yeah, I mean, it's really challenging. It really, I think, of course, my social media feeds have all geared themselves towards like parenting stuff now. That's all the content that people make if they're parents, or parenting content. One thing you hear a lot of is that you are learning to parent yourself as you're trying to parent your kid. Like figure out, oh, why am I so bristly? Okay, I need to sleep more. I need to go to bed. I need food. I'm angry now because I need food. I need to know how to take a breath.
And those are the same things your toddler's going through, actually.
Yeah.
It's like, are they hungry? Are they tired?
Do I need to change my diaper?
Yeah. Yeah.
Totally. Can I give you advice? Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
It's been virtually impossible to find a block of time to all get together to do this project. But here we are, happy to be back together again.
Yeah, we really enjoy doing the lives, and it is tough that they could wake up at any moment. And
it's like a horror movie. You guys are living in fear.
Pretty much.
It's so true. Well,
okay.
guys,
Oh,
Do you want to jump into it? We have a lot of really
Yes.
fun stuff to get through.
sure, we might as well.
We're on borrowed time.
No, I know this could end at any moment.
Wait, we have to acknowledge Hooligan Mama
Yeah,
Aunt Josie wished us a happy holidays. Hello, Aunt Josie. ¿Cómo se va? ¿Cómo se va? ¿Cómo? I don't know. Go.
Hello.
I just want to point
Okay.
out that last year, a year ago, I think it was even to the day that we did this podcast, Nathan and I, we came wearing not only just matching outfits, but we had matching hairdos, and we did our hair. It was magical. I also announced that I was pregnant on that podcast. That was a year ago.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
You announced that you launched your Patreon, and I'm just curious how that's been going.
Did I announce it? Because I haven't. I have launched my Patreon. If anybody wants to join it, I haven't done a solid, out of control, crazy launch of it. But there's a lot of content on there, and there's going to be a lot more. So yeah, I haven't gone hog wild with it, but there's a lot of stuff, and there will be more stuff. So I don't know how to answer that.
Okay, that's fair.
Hooligan Mama is promising that someday the babies will sleep all night long. She promises. So that's.
I don't believe it.
You know what's funny is the
real.
oldest one was sleeping all night long until a month before the new one arrived, and so for the last 8 months, the oldest one has just said like, "What? Sleep through the night? No."
Yeah, one thing that made us feel like we could have another was the fact that number one child was sleeping like 12, 13 hours uninterrupted. And those were really beautiful.
It was like 2 months of that.
No, it was a good year. It was
Really?
a year.
Was
Oh
that
yeah.
long?
Yeah. Yeah. Things got really good for a while.
So does that mean this put an end to the child making then, or?
I told you. So actually, because I re-listened to this podcast from last year, and I was very adamant about my retirement post second baby, and I stand by that.
You know what though? She could pull a Tom Brady. You never know. He retired.
Come right back out of retirement. But will you divorce her if she does that?
Yes.
Well, now that speaking of things that define 2023, now that we don't have Roe v. Wade anymore.
Oh right.
Oh wait, we're not doing our news?
No,
All right, let's focus.
I think it would be hard to do news because, like, what is the biggest thing in the last 3 months?
Well,
all right. Well, all right. Because I learned.
What would you like to share?
Yeah, do you have news?
Well, I learned two things. Well, I had other news. We'll talk about that during the thing. But I learned two things in 2023. Number one is, do you guys know what Pearl Jam means? Do you know what that means?
No, I never thought about it.
I didn't know either. And then I heard someone and they were like, you don't know what that means? And then when I was explained, it's akin to a pearl necklace.
Oh, sexual?
Yeah, it's Pearl Jam.
Ew.
Yeah, gross. And the other thing is you know that song, All I Want for Christmas? I don't know. It's Mariah Carey.
Yeah, of course.
I learned this year, holiday season 2023, that wasn't a commercial. I didn't know that was Mariah Carey. I just thought that was a commercial.
David,
and
living in this universe?
I've heard it a million times, but doesn't it sound like, listen to it again. It sounds like a fucking commercial. It sounds like a Sears commercial.
It's been used on 1,000 commercials. So
I mean, if you are into Mariah Carey, you are as basic as fuck. You are a completely useless human being. If you care about or keep up with Mariah Carey.
It's kind of a bop, though. I guess I've heard it so many times where when it comes on, I'm like, you know.
It's a decent song. No, I just thought it was a commercial. I didn't know anyone did it. Like, I just thought it was a commercial. That's all.
She's entered the lexicon of like
commercials.
Christmas music that will live like decades past her life.
Her actual title, since I work in the music business now a bit, they actually call her the Queen of Christmas.
That doesn't
really because of that
because
of that
much money off of that one song.
Because of that commercial song. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, the most successful song, it might be not be anymore, but wasn't it White Christmas for the longest time?
Yeah.
That is so racist. That is so racist.
Well, get used to it, David.
Guys, we did a gold star. We can just save it. I think we have a gold star. We can save it to the end, unless you want to do that.
All right, sure. Yeah, you have to listen to the end.
gave it to all of our listeners, and we did.
This is
promise,
kind of like the same thing.
We did promise to physically deliver everyone their gold star.
Yep, that's why you're wearing your outfit.
So I just wanted to double check. Did you guys all get it? I just want to make sure because we didn't get a receipt. So, but they were totally sent out. So if you didn't,
I think. I think Aunt Josie won one, didn't she? You got yours, right, Aunt Josie?
You said on the last podcast in 2022 that she's won more podcasts than any human being alive.
More gold stars.
Yeah. Sorry. So she got all her gold stars. She's fine.
Yeah. Okay. David, did you have any news before?
I was going to talk about that. Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
Just it'll take 2 seconds. Go to lesbianslutgangbang.com. You won't be what's the word?
It's not
disappointed.
porn, right?
Yeah, is Google going to immediately block the site?
No, it's beautiful. Believe me, it has something to do with me, not with nudity. So it's fine.
So it's safe for work?
Yeah, it's totally safe for children. Yeah.
Oh, great. Go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lesbian.
What's a lesbian slut gangbang?
Share before we go into it.
No.
Yeah, our life is pretty simple right now. Simple and very complicated. So I wanted to just go through like a very quick list of some of the biggest things in 2023 that defined the year. And I'm sure this is not a comprehensive list and you guys can add, but I'm going to go through them quickly. Barbieheimer.
That's exactly what I was going to lead with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Britney and her memoir and the whole craziness of that human being, Britney Spears.
I already forgot about that.
George Santos. Beyonce and Taylor Swift tours that took over the entire universe. All the big industry strikes. Trump's multiple indictments. Hip hop turned 50.
Wow.
Kevin McCarthy was ousted as Speaker of the House. The Hamas-Israel war. And Roe v. Wade being turned over. So it's been actually a pretty crazy year.
Wait, what's Barbieheimer? I have no idea what that is.
Barbie and Oppenheimer, 2 films.
That both did $1 billion.
Yeah, they were like they came out around maybe the same weekend, and they were kind of pushed as like, go see both. And there was a lot of enthusiasm over Barbie. And I think Oppenheimer wouldn't have been the film it turned into in terms of box office had it not been for that pairing. And I think also people were just excited to have something to be excited about in relation to the film industry.
Yeah.
I think the industry was pushing this meme. Like
Tom Cruise got mad. Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
No, he was at the theater talking about which one he was going to see first. Like he was.
But he also said that he was mad at the what do you call it, because they wouldn't let him promote his film because his film should have done a lot better.
Yeah, his movie didn't do very well.
Mission Impossible?
Yeah.
Oh,
he's such a douchebag. I have to tell you, I have not seen Barbie, I have not seen Oppenheimer, and I have not seen anything Tom Cruise.
We saw Barbie.
Yeah.
I had some. There were a couple things about it that were annoying, but overall, it's pretty good. It was really entertaining.
Really?
I think you'd like it, David, because it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. You'd love it just for the visual feast.
Yeah.
I do like beauty. I'm not a huge fan of. I forget the director. I think she's a terrible director, but. Yeah, but I'll check it out because I do like Barbie.
You might,
but you know what?
Very stylized, and I feel like you might like that. And,
yeah, you'd
and it's
love
like
that.
I feel like the female Barbie, like Margot Robbie, she is like human Barbie, and I feel like you would just like.
Well, can I say something misogynistic and anti-woman and anti-da-da-da? Well, I'll say it anti-man and whatever is the same as misogynistic for men. Margot Robbie and Ryan, what's his name? They're not good looking enough to play Barbie and Ken.
Ooh, I agree with Ryan Gosling, but Margot Robbie she looks exactly.
She's very pretty, but she's not as pretty as Barbie. She's not.
Can I just say that I've been hearing about this a lot, where people are saying that Ryan Gosling is average looking.
Average.
And Margot Robbie is also like not that beautiful.
She's beautiful, but she's not Barbie beautiful.
Isn't it to say that?
Well, I think
it's kind of ridiculous to say that.
No.
Well, it is for Margot Robbie because she looks exactly like Barbie. Just watch the movie. Ryan Gosling, his face doesn't. He doesn't have the same features, but his body does. He's like.
So if you were to, on a scale of
looks like
1 to
Barbie.
10, what would you put his face on?
Are you talking about attractiveness or
yeah,
like
attractiveness.
likeliness to Ken?
Oh, that's
Because what I'm talking about.
both.
Attractiveness.
Low.
Likeliness to Ken is low. He does
He's
not.
handsome. He's a handsome guy.
There are people who look more like Ken, like a more traditional square
more
jaw,
chiseled.
like perfect like nose, button nose.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
I give him a 5 attractiveness and a likeness to Ken a 3.
Okay, so the 5 is that he is the midpoint of attractive men in all the world.
His face is okay. Right. Yeah. Oh, of all the men in the world, I mean, come on. Most people are ugly, so he's like a 7 then.
Okay.
All right.
And Margot Robbie's pretty. She's just not Barbie pretty. Like Barbie is beautiful. Margot Robbie couldn't.
How about we talk about this?
All right, go ahead.
How about we talk about this after you see Barbie? Because I feel like it's hard to judge her as Barbie when you haven't seen Barbie.
Yeah, maybe she looks beautiful in the movie. Hooligan Mama says Margot Robbie couldn't be more beautiful in Barbie, and Ryan worked out a lot. So yeah, I haven't seen Barbie, so I can't really comment. So I'm sorry.
You don't have to apologize. Just watch it.
Yes, sir.
So how about we'll go through our predictions for 2023, and we'll see how we did.
Oh, yikes. Okay.
Now I can go one.
Should we do like one at a time for each of us?
My first one was that this is the year that Trump finally becomes unpopular and Republicans turn away from him.
Oh, no.
Girl, give it up. Good God, give it up, girl. G. Good God, give it up, girl. It's not going to happen.
That one didn't age well.
It almost felt like it was going to happen, though.
I thought so, obviously.
I felt like the momentum was pushing this.
Stupid never dies, you guys. Just get that through your head.
Nathan's was Russia will get a new leader, a sexy one, and the war will drag on, things will get worse, and so they'll replace Putin with someone sexier.
That didn't happen either.
Did not happen. 0 for 2, everybody. David, a lot of sexiness we're talking about. Something sexy from space gets discovered, and they find potentially microbial life.
There are I don't know if you guys know this. Is not only they found new whatever that word is, micro life, but they found new micro structures within our bodies.
What?
Did you guys hear about this?
Oh,
like people thought things like there's a lot of different organs in our bodies, and that they thought like the organ walls were solid and firm, and there was definite boundaries between each. Well, they have found meshes and holes through each that different things can pass through, because now that they can see smaller. So our bodies are going to be worked and redone, as to how they work and stuff. You guys didn't hear? See, that's what's so crazy is you can't get away from shit like Israel and Palestine, those pieces of shit, but you don't hear things like this. This is a huge breakthrough. Our bodies are different than we thought they were. So that prediction is kind of true-ish.
Can you share an article on our Facebook group page? Our amazing, awesome, neat stuff.
Super awesome, neat stuff.
Our super awesome, neat stuff.
Sure,
you don't have to do it right now. At some point.
Or even on our
I have to write it down though.
Yeah,
okay.
on our Unimaginary friend page.
All right, my second prediction was that I was going to push another human out of my vagina.
Did that happen?
That could have not happened, and it totally happened.
Wait, how many did you push through your vagina?
Just one. One and done this year.
Although the effort seemed as though it were 5.
That is true. Nathan predicted that he would cut his hair.
Whoa, I got one.
Yeah.
Did you do it?
2 for 2 now.
You look good. You look 10 years younger.
Wait.
Really? Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks good.
I look 20. Huh.
David,
Weird.
you wanted us all to get wigs in 2020.
Yeah, why haven't we gotten wigs yet?
That's a good point.
Okay. David's second one was there'd be some kind of crazy scientific breakthrough, a jump up, something life-changing, as like you said, like the internet or things that really were game changers for humanity.
Well, there is that. Oh, go ahead. Yeah. Sorry. Go
AI?
ahead. There is that, and there's 3 things that happened this year. There's that, which I talked about, the mesh microbial thing in the body. The second thing is quantum blah, 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 whatever for computers. Quantum it's going to change computers in the next 5 years. What?
Yeah, quantum computers are like, it's a thing now.
Yeah, like it's a thing that they're going to now be able to do. And the third thing is fusion. They've been able to do nuclear fusion, and it creates more energy than it uses now.
Oh, that's right. That's a big one.
Oh, that's life-changing.
That was 2023.
But I hear that's not quite. It's not quite the. It's not where it needs to be. It's nowhere near where it needs to be, and it's kind of like, we'll see.
Well, it's nowhere near where it needs to be, but it's a huge. They hit a huge hurdle, and they like, you got to give them a break, Nathan. They had to create an atmosphere that was hotter than the sun on Earth. And more pressure than the sun. So you had to give them a minute. You had to give them 5 minutes to figure it out. But they hit it. They're at a point where it's creating more energy. So it will, like, see, that's the thing, is like humans poo-poo things. Like, it's not where it needs to be. But they did it, and now they can learn from there and make more. Like, you got to give them 15 more minutes, Nathan, before you criticize again. Give them a minute.
Our final predictions for 2023. Mine was COVID runs rampant in China because they lift their restrictions, and it creates a super duper strain of the virus, which leaks out and infects the entire world.
Gross.
Half of that was true because COVID did lift their restrictions.
China did.
China did.
You said COVID lifted their restrictions.
China lifted their restrictions, and everyone got super sick. And then they had a really bad. I don't know. Was that even this year? I think so. Together. And then they had a really bad respiratory virus year, like we did the year or 2 after we did that for us. But a super strain didn't happen, thankfully.
Yeah, people are so over
2024.
No, that is not my prediction for 2024.
People are so over COVID. Like, I don't even know what you're talking about. I wasn't even born yet.
I'm
like,
sorry, we just had COVID and we still feel like shit from COVID. So it is not.
You had COVID again?
Yeah.
No one has it on the West Coast anymore. The East Coast, you people are insane. I don't know what you guys are doing out there. No one has it on the West Coast anymore, ever at all. Never.
No one's testing for it. That's what is happening.
Yeah, it's like we don't have time. We're like, no, I don't think so.
Nathan predicted that David Monster was going to fall in love in 2023.
Is it true? Is it true, David?
With myself.
Why I did it then.
No, you guys got to get good God, guy, give it up. Like, you guys, there's some things you got to let go and let God.
We'll get you a real doll.
Yes, no, sex robot or whatever. Not a sex robot, like a human robot. Yeah. That's what I would prefer. Yes.
And David's, yours was that something amazing would happen to one of us. And I said, wait, but I'm having a baby. And you're like, not that, like something else, something huge.
Oh God, nothing happened. Did anything huge happen to you guys?
Oh, we had a second baby.
Not that.
Not that.
I got a big work promotion.
Oh yeah, you did.
That's good. All right, that's good. That'll suffice.
Well, I had 6 months of paternity leave.
That
is awesome. I would love that.
Until the baby was born.
Until like 4 months into it.
Yeah, that's true actually.
I had something good happen, but it ended up being bad. So.
Oh. What is that?
Do you want to share it?
Give us the 2 seconds version.
It's so stupid. Okay. You know the game that Jim and I worked on?
Yes.
Yeah. That took forever. I found out through Jim, the company didn't even tell me, that we had the #1 game. It outsold everybody. Like, we not only did we turn it in way before everybody, but it outsold everybody. But like we're the only ones that like made a clear profit. We're like the Barbie of that industry, whereas like, everybody else is like the Mission Impossible, where it didn't, like, it made money but it didn't break even. but they're not going ahead with it. They're not going ahead with sequels. It's like I wanted to create anyways.
Wow.
Well,
So it's like
awesome.
they're going a different direction. What?
That's
That
wild.
sucks.
Yeah, isn't that
Are
stupid?
you able to spin it to a different
That's what I'm
company?
gonna do. I'm gonna go somewhere else and tell them to suck my butthole.
So you didn't have to sign an NDA or anything, or
Come at me, bro. Come at me. See what happens.
Oh man. Now this one could get a little dark, but do you guys want to talk about your resolutions for 2023?
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah, we need to face the music, Aaron.
So mine, I
get depressed.
bore my heart and soul out and told everyone about my anxiety problem, and that I was going to really try to fix that in 2023.
Uh-huh.
And the resolution was to like work on that really hard and come back and say I'm healed.
And
currently I'm healed. As I talked about in that episode, that it's something that ebbs and flows, like I'll have years and I'll feel fine, and then all of a sudden something will happen and I'll dip and have to dig my way out. So I dug my way out. I think that the resolution was to arm myself with the tools that if and when that next dip happens, I'm ready for it and don't fall so hard into it. I feel confident right now, currently, with how I feel and what I know, that that will be the case. But I won't know that until I put it to the test. So I don't know for sure yet if I totally fulfilled that resolution, but I did work hard on it.
Do you mind sharing what was the cause of your anxiety in 2022 that led to you making it such a priority for 2023? Was there a trigger?
So what dipped me down into it again was kind of a few things that were out of my control. One was a post-COVID reaction. And then also a few major hormonal shifts that all coincided at the same time with a very busy work time. And it just was like the perfect storm of feeling really terrible. So it was like the body trying to figure out life post-COVID, which took months to feel normal again. And then I had stopped breastfeeding and also got pregnant again all around the same time. So like my hormones were like dipping and spiking, and I was in my first trimester and feeling very fatigued, pushing really hard because I was in my busy season for work and really struggling. So, yeah.
I'm sorry. I have good news for you and I have bad news for you. Which one do you want to hear first?
I don't know.
And Aunt Josie can back me up on this. The bad news is I'm twice as old as you guys are. There's no cure for anything. You have to just work on everything. That's what life is. You have to work on everything. You have to constantly be dealing with things and figuring things out on how to deal with things. The good news is when you get really old, like as old as I am, there's some shit that bothers you that you're like, oh, what? I don't give a fuck. Like all of a sudden you're just like, I don't give a fuck you. Like I'm going to be dead soon. And you make what's the term? Not you make amends, but you make peace with the fact that you're old as shit. Nobody likes you and you're going to be dead soon. Nobody wants to stick their dick in your mouth anymore. Nobody wants to kiss you. Nobody wants to sit on your face. Nobody wants to rub their vagina up against you. And you're like, it's funny because like you don't even have to try, but you're like, anxiety, fuck you. Like it just happens like that. I don't know how it happens, but it does. So in about 40 years, you'll be fine.
Great. Sounds good.
All right. Who's next?
Do you want to do yours or not?
Yeah, do it.
Okay.
Do it.
It was finish Rare Bird Show and submit to the film festival.
Oh.
You got close.
Fail.
You got very, very close, though. I will give you a lot of credit on that. There was a huge push in July, August to finish that project.
Yeah, so I thought about it a lot. I was really thinking about it a lot before the second kid arrived, because I was like, as soon as that happens, there's going to be no hope. But of course, there was like, and then Cora's sleep, the first kid's sleep got all messed up, and there were just endless excuses. Whatever, I had excuses. And then like midsummer came up and I was like, this is ridiculous. there's a festival I do want to submit it to. It's coming up soon. I have like 2 or 3 weeks or something. Let me just see what I can do in that amount of time. Like I'm going to just focus 100% on that. And I started doing that and got a lot done. Like actually got a lot done. And it was very challenging. But I was able to break through some obstacles that were holding me back before somehow. I think it was just...
I will say, like, I think that resolution could have been fulfilled had you gone through with, because we got it to a, like, I helped to like review and like give feedback and stuff. So I was kind of like towards the end, just involved in a way that I wasn't before. But he like got it to a place where it was like a pretty solid first draft, and it could have been submitted like that. It could have submitted it like that. But we were talking about it and talking through it, and I was kind of like, I think you should submit like a super polished final, and like in not something that's rough, you know, so that they see the best of the film fest. It's hard to get your film in a festival, so they see the best of the best of the best version of it, and not a rough cut in what it could be, because you're expecting that whoever's reviewing it is going to imagine what it's going to be in the end. So that's kind of like the decision that was made, but you could have submitted what you did, because there was enough progress made and it was in good shape. I
think it was in good shape. I think it needs to be finished before. I think you're right. I think sending it to a festival and being like, imagine what it'll be like in 2 more drafts is a little stupid. And I think it's way better, but I still kind of question what's its utility or value, and I feel like it needs to be finished to have that. So Erin gave me feedback, but one thing that she did was jumped in with her editing skills and just kind of like took out some redundancies and tightened it. I feel like I made the major changes and you just kind of like tightened it. And and I know what my next steps are for certain footage that I want to add in. And then it would just be like polishing it and music and seeing if it needs any kind of bookends or something. But I did show it to some people, and I think that isn't a good tactic for me unless there's like
David's like, no.
Yeah, well, it just kind of saps the energy out of it for yourself, I think.
Yeah.
You know, if you get a little bit of feedback, even if it's positive, that, you know, if it isn't at a place, it just kind of took the steam out for me a little bit. David, go ahead.
Can I say 2 things? There's only 2 people in your life you should ever show it to, and you find those people over. And Erin's one of them. Erin's good because she'll fix and go and suggest. But I've learned I don't have anyone to show my writing to, but like film and stuff. Like, don't show it to people. Like, don't show it to one. Like, find those 2 people in your life that you trust. So you might not even have the second person yet, but Erin's a good person. But don't show your art or anything to anyone else. Tell them to go fuck themselves. No, because it's true. It's like people are insane and crazy, and they don't understand the process.
Well, I think
Erin fucking understands the process.
Yeah,
what?
I think I was excited about it because I was like, this is actually fun, and then I just forgot that. Even if you know that you shouldn't take anyone's response at all, no matter what, like just leave it over there. Just let them have their response, even if it's positive or, you know, whatever it is, positive, negative, indifferent, it still seeps in and affects you, or like gets into your head.
Yeah.
So
that's
problem for me.
And don't ever ask anyone. I've learned that too with writing. Don't ever ask anyone to read your stuff. I put it out there, and people who are excited about it read it and then come back to me. That's the only way to do it. That's the only way to get good feedback, because people you're giving it to don't give a shit. Even if they're your best friend in the world, like, don't, like, put it out there and let it happen. So you have Erin, don't show it to anyone else, and then put it in a film festival, and then don't talk to anyone. Let them come to you and tell you. That always feels so much better than solicited.
I've even heard the advice that you should, if you have an idea, you shouldn't even share the idea before you do it. Like,
no,
thinking about doing this thing, like don't even do that.
Yeah, no, totally. And one other thing, because it sounds like you have and I've seen it happen to Erin too. You have an illness that I have, where I'm finally learning with a project. Like I'll go like, oh God, that whole project, and I have to do this and this, and like it's gonna take forever. I don't do that anymore. I go, oh, I just have to sit down and do this, some little tiny thing, and you do that. You know, like I have half an hour right now. I'm gonna do it for half an hour, and if you do that as a habit, then it gets done. But when you think of all the things you have to do, and it's this big thing, you'll never do it.
Yeah, the hardest thing is jumping into a project, even if it's just you taking a break, jumping back in, or even starting. That's the biggest hurdle. And then, you're right, breaking it down into bite-sized pieces.
Yeah, totally.
Otherwise, it's just
and one more thing I used to do, because I learned this from my mother, and she's gonna rot in hell for teaching me this. I always go like, oh, I have to do the thing I don't like most because that's the hardest part. No, from now on, when I have a project due, I do what I like, the part I like first, because then you do that, and then you're compelled to do the part you hate to make it perfect. Like Erin's like that too. Like she'll go, I got to do that. Like, and nothing will stop her. Like once she gets going, and those are my tips. Did that help anyone at all?
Sure, absolutely.
It reminds me of the documentary that I worked on years ago with our friend Becky, that she had showed it to so many people at the end that I think it prolonged the finishing of the film multiple years, because so many people were weighing in, and it was hard to be a part of that process, because I wasn't in control of that process. That was, she was the director, and I was the person in charge of fixing all the things that everyone had their 2 cents of what needed to be added or changed or fixed, and it was a lot.
Did you ever want to slap her across the face?
There were moments of frustration.
All right, so Hooligan Mama says David is sort of correct, but at the same time, Aaron, don't underestimate the changes your body goes through constantly after becoming a mother. Being a woman is a thankless job. I don't know why you do it. I don't know why you have children. And it's true. Your bodies are insane.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even think I know who I am anymore, or will know who I am anymore until.
Oh, honey.
Because I'm still nursing. So my hormones aren't even me, like the normal baseline Aaron, and they won't be until a certain amount of time after I'm done with that. And I haven't been not pregnant or nursing since July of 2020. So like I don't know, like when all these hormones return to normal, I don't even know what I'm gonna feel like or what my body's gonna be, like I don't know any of that. So I don't know. I'm checking out. I can't.
All right. I got good news and I got bad news for you.
Yeah.
The bad news is you don't know yourself. Your body, both of you guys, from this point on, it's like the ride up from being a teenager and adulthood. Now you're on the ride down. You don't know yourself. The new normal, your bowels are going to change every few years. Your heart rate is going to change. Like, you don't know yourself. There's no new normal. Don't try to rest on normal, because you're just going to drive yourself crazy.
Oh, God. Okay.
You do not know yourself, and it's going to change constantly. And Josie backed me up on that. And yeah, I forgot about the motherhood thing. You're insane. And then she says, and I think David and I are old enough to be both of your parents, just saying.
You would have had to be really young parents. We are not as young.
Dude, I was 40 when you were born.
That is not true. That is not true.
And Aunt Josie thanks me for the great advice. I don't even remember what I said, so I hope it got recorded.
All right, David, your resolution for 2023 was that the world will never be what you want it to be. You cited driving as a big source of frustration, and that you just wanting to let everything go, and that getting mad is only hurting yourself. Did you do it?
In some things, but not at other things. Well, I kind of had a new revelation. All right, I'm going to tell you guys a little story. We're having a hard time. We're having a hard time right now. The Middle East, there's conflict in the Middle East. Israel and Palestine want to kill each other. There's tension between U.S. and Russia. People are saying horrible things about a president's minor child. The economy's in the toilet. Gas prices and food prices are skyrocketing. Oh, wait. Am I talking about 2023? No, I'm talking about 1976. Nothing has changed. Nothing will change. You people getting all involved in your politics and voting, thinking voting. No, bitch. Nothing has changed. You know what has changed? Your money is worth less. So So wait, you thinking, oh, but David, you're telling me this and it's so sad. No, you have to let it go. You have to let it all go because you're not going to change humans. The only thing you can do is just let it go and carve your own happiness in your own little life.
But
because
did you successfully do that in 2023? Is the
parts there? Yeah, no, there are parts of things that I did. It is hard. It's hard because you have contact with humans, so it's very hard. I'm slowly letting go in certain things, and it's hard. And my life goal is to sever all ties with humanity and human beings. And at that point, I will be at my new normal and I will be happy and everything. But there are certain things, like I've severed so many ties. And yeah. I mean, a little bit. What? Go ahead, yeah.
You guys want to each offer a prediction for 2024?
A prediction?
Yeah, right. Prediction, not a resolution. So something that you think might happen in the world, or I guess in your life.
All right, my prediction.
I have one for 2024.
All right, go ahead. Yeah.
There's going to be a huge shift from Trump and Biden. I don't know which one, but one of them, and maybe one of them will get sick, or Trump's getting kicked off the ballot in certain states. Something's going to happen where one of them will not be the nominee. I don't know which one though.
Well, both of them are going to be dead within the next 10 years. There's no doubt about that for sure. What?
That is a long time from now. I'm just talking
about that is a long time from now. After Trump has been president, I think. Listen, I got to tell you one thing. Democrats, here's the deal. As long as I've been alive, there's only been one Democratic president that Democrats were excited about. Every single other one was a lesser of two evils for Democrats. Every single one. But every election, except for like maybe two, the Republicans like their candidate. They're excited about their candidate. And that's why Republicans win. And there are still millions of people, as insane it is, that like Donald Trump and excited. Do you know any human being on the face of the earth that is excited about Biden?
No.
There you go, bitch. There you go. I think Donald Trump very well could win in 2024. Very well.
That's my prediction, is that he will win. And it's because...
Oh, God.
Yeah, I know.
I can't
it's disgusting to think about. But I think he will win because he won't give up. He will not stop. And his base loves that. And even the people who are willing to vote for Biden aren't excited, but the people there is a larger percentage of people who voted for him last time who will not this time. And he might step out or have something happen where he has to step out, but it's going to be too late to get people motivated for the new person. So that's my prediction. It's a dark prediction.
Yeah.
No, 100%. 100%. And I got to tell you, even Aaron, you said this to me and someone else said this to me recently, because I'm not voting for Joe Biden. They're like, well, it's your fault. That's going to make Trump win. No. It's your fault.
No.
Because no. It's your fault because you Democrats keep picking the lesser of two evils. And what is the lesser of two evils?
Listen, that
evil. The lesser of two evils is evil. You guys never clean up your house. Don't make a mess out of your house for 4 whole years and then tell me that it's my problem because it's a mess on Christmas morning. You guys have to get a decent person. I ain't voting for Biden. I'm not voting for Trump, but I ain't voting for Biden. I do live in California, so it doesn't matter.
That's the reason why my prediction is going to come true. He's a living example of why my prediction is going to come true.
That is the reason, David.
Nope. The reason is because you Democrats never put anyone forward that is decent ever that anyone likes. And you sabotage the people that people like.
I think the problem is, there's many problems. One of the biggest problems is that who wants that job except for crazy people like Trump?
Insane. Didn't even really want and Biden's not a good or sane person either. But go ahead, yeah.
I think the thing that people forget about politics is a lot of it is making a decision between two terrible decisions.
Yes, it's always the lesser of two evils. Always
electing a president or deciding what to do with whatever resources we have, with the problems that we have. A lot of it is this sucks. This sucks more. I guess we have to do this thing that sucks. And everyone overlooks that because we have an idealized version of the way things should be or could be, but they just aren't.
Listen, you're absolutely correct in that we as if I don't even feel like I'm a Democrat anymore. I just feel like
She's a Republican now.
no, not that either. Just like icky. But it have to be Democrat because that is the responsible choice as a human,
Given
as an American, given our system. That is the only vote that matters. It's Republican or Democrat. As soon as you vote third party, that is a vote taken away from. It's basically given to Trump. That's what happened. That's why Hillary lost.
The only wild card is the Roe versus Wade thing.
That's in
the Democrats' favor because it's trampled the Republicans' ability to win over the last few years.
It's true though, Democrats don't have great candidates, and it's just bizarre that of all the people that are out there are some really great people and people that care and are smart, that we can't put them forth as candidates. I don't know why that is the way it is.
You sabotage the Democrats sabotage. People were so excited about Bernie and they fucking sabotaged that guy. The Democratic Party themselves did it. The DNC did it themselves.
The people didn't do that. That was the DNC.
That's what I'm saying.
That was a small handful of people.
But those are the people that run the Democratic Party.
Yeah, Idon. I don't know what Idon means, but people were out there voting, giving Marianne Williamson some love. Do you all think Trump or the Republicans have any real chance at this point anymore? I do, unfortunately. I don't want to play 2026 again, but it doesn't look good for them this year. I hope you're right, Daniel. I hope you're right. I do.
It never looks good for them. It didn't look good for Trump when he won. It didn't look good for them.
That's true. It's true. I don't know.
The reason why I think, because everything that happens to him and everything the Democrats do just fires that base up more. And it's just it's crazy. I've never seen anything like it. It's crazy. And I don't know what to do about it. People are insane. Human beings are fucking out of their damn white minds.
I wouldn't mind if Gavin Newsom runs.
There's so many people that hate him, though. It's bizarre. Hate him.
I was a part of a project that he was involved in, and I don't know.
You interviewed him, right?
Yeah, I actually thought he was a very normal human with flaws and just a very good public speaker, very charismatic. Has the things that you need to get elected, kind of like Obama-y,
Maraka said,
orator.
I don't understand. I'm just an ordinary person. I don't hate Biden, and I think there are many of us out there who will want him, especially over number 45.
Yes.
Will not say his name. I agree 100%.
Yes.
And I think a large percentage of people fall into that category.
I agree. I don't hate Biden either. I just think that he's not a strong candidate.
I don't
think he's a bad person. I know, David, you were
First of all, no, forget it. First of all, he wants to give $100 billion to Israel. Fuck you,
we're not
Biden.
Israel right now.
But that's what's happening. And thank God there's people talking out about that, because that's the thing that's changed 50 years ago. Nobody talked badly about Israel. And now finally people are calling them out. And you said one thing on a podcast that we did a little while ago, Nathan, that you said that you haven't heard the Israelis calling for the destruction of the Arab state. The Arabs are we want to kill all Jews. Oh, you know why? If you do your research, they have been. The Israel officials and rabbis have been calling for the death and the destruction of the Arab people since 1948. We just don't hear it. We're finally hearing it in the U.S. because the media has been a mesh that's kept it out. Oh, fuck Israel. If you are an enthusiastic supporter of Israel or the Hamas or any Arab country, you're a piece of shit. If you are a Jew, a Muslim, or a Christian, you are a piece of shit. We have to call that out, and we have to put a fucking end to it.
I'm going to call you out.
Biden.
Right now. I'm calling you out right now.
Call me out about what? Call me out, because I have the facts. You better have the facts if you call me out.
You just call the majority of the world a piece of shit. I think that sucks, and I don't want to talk about this anymore. So let's move forward.
All right.
Okay.
But wait. I just have to say one thing. You have to look at what they've done. Go. All
right. Any other predictions for 2024? David, I think you're up.
Are we doing... What was your prediction, Nathan?
That Trump's going to win.
Trump's going to... Yeah. I think that there's a good chance that Trump will win
Because
whatever.
This doesn't have to be Trumpy. It could be anything.
Yeah,
it could be something
anything.
personal too.
I just couldn't think of anything else. So okay, I'm gonna do. Can I just do one while you think, David?
Yes, please.
A real short
all right,
one?
go ahead. Yeah.
So think about what you're gonna do. I'll do one that I can be embarrassed about if I don't do it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to.
Is this a resolution?
Oh, this is a predict. I guess it's a resolution.
Okay,
So I'll do a prediction.
Okay, hold on for a second. Okay.
Prediction.
I think that oh no, I don't want to talk about Israel. Okay. I do have a prediction about that war, but I don't want to get into it.
Oh, I want to hear your prediction about the war there.
I'll talk about it after.
You should share what your prediction is. But let's
wait, come on, just share the prediction. Share the prediction.
I don't. I genuinely just don't want to get into that. I don't think that's what this is for. And we're already at an hour, and we have a couple more things to do.
Oh, God, I want to know what your prediction for the war is, though. So bad. Just say it, and I won't comment, and I'll go on to the next thing.
We'll talk about it later. Okay.
Well, this is what I have. This is the good news. And see, the fans want to hear it. Share it, bitch, they're saying.
All right. I think Israel is going to, go from top to bottom through Gaza and West Bank and kill Hamas. And then they're going to be like, we did it. Hamas is gone. And then they're going to have to figure out what to do with West Bank and Gaza that have no leadership. And it's going to be a giant shit show over the next year.
That sounds
shit show. I agree with you. Why did you think that was controversial? That's
I just wanted to continue to.
That's 100%.
I don't want to talk about the topic.
All right, this is what I think. This is what's happening. People don't realize that the United States is a pocket, and we're dividing even more. We're a pocket here in that the rest of the world is so different than the United States. And there's other pockets too, like the UK, and there's other countries. But in most countries of the world, you cannot trust the police. You cannot trust the government. And I think there's going to be even more division. And this is kind of good news. There's going to be pockets where good things are going to happen. Like science develops in pockets, and it develops away from the government now because they can't trust it, because there's so many people like the Marjorie Taylor Greens and the Republicans and even some Democrats who fight against things that we need to investigate and to grow with, how to deal with our climate and pollution and stuff like that. I think it's from now on, it's just going to be pockets here, pockets there. And there are some amazing things that are happening, like with engineered and cloned meats, but even like Democrats fight against it because they're like, engineered food and cloned meats are bad. They historically have been bad because we didn't have the science for it. But food that is manufactured by humans is eventually going to be better than natural food for you. Because as I said before, I don't know if you know this, when you eat meats, you're eating cancers, you're eating all kinds of viruses that we haven't even identified yet. When you have cloned meats, it can be tailored for your nutrition without cancers and without viruses and things like that. So eventually it will be better. You got to give them 15 minutes, Aaron. You got to give them 15 minutes. They're at a place right now that they're more advanced right now. Like even though GMOs and all those engineered foods are bad for you, they're more advanced than the three of us could figure out. But now you got to give them a minute to get past this hurdle because things are happening. Like when you read about it. Oh, God, yeah.
I was just going to say this kind of goes against my whole entire life philosophy, which I mentioned to Nathan recently and then a few months ago too. So it keeps coming back up. But as close to nature as possible is the best. And as soon as you deviate from how things naturally are supposed to be, that's where you run into all the problems. And you can talk about from diseases to way beyond.
You have to look at how inferior nature really truly is. Yeah, like if you were just out there eating naturally and stuff, and if you didn't have anything but nature, you'd be dead by 30 because you wouldn't. Oh, bitch! You would have had COVID. You would have found some other virus that you would have eaten with your children and be dead already.
That's assuming we still have the same knowledge. I don't mean like if we're cave people. Like assuming you still have the same intelligence and education that we have now.
100%. But that's what I'm saying. Like, nature is a dick. Like, you have to look at the cycle of nature. First of all, everything eats everything on this planet, and it doesn't need to. Because I don't know if you know this, but the first microbes and the first microbial life existed on minerals and sunlight. It didn't have to eat. And then all of a sudden, some microbe decided, I'm going to eat that other microbe. And now we eat everything. Nature's a dick. We're already beyond nature in so many ways in medicine and stuff like that. We're already so far beyond nature. So, but there are, if you read about these things, if you research them, don't just listen to me. There's so much hope. And there's so many people doing amazing things with food and stuff like that.
So
but it's not only that.
For 2024, what is your actual prediction for 2024?
So my predictions are these things are going to be nurtured and grow in pockets, in their own safe little pockets. And I think that, unfortunately, in the coming years, we're gonna have to fight to protect them and to save these things and to make sure that, you know, these things continue. And I think that eventually, not in our lifetime, but eventually the fucking, and I don't know why, but Marjorie Taylor Greene is just the poster child of stupidity for me. So like the people who are led by Marjorie Taylor Greene and the Trumps and stuff will have to like beg like for these things. You know what I mean? Like they'll have, because there's so many people fighting against things that are good for us. That's what's so bizarre.
Everyone, especially at a certain level, is greedy. And there's a lot of things that would be good for the environment and good for humanity that will cost other people money that don't want to give that up. So it's all. I
know, it's so horrible.
Upsetting. Yeah.
Samuel, do you guys know Samuel says, I'm not sure I follow and you can't help me to do so.
I don't know what that
means.
Know. It's a fantastic comment.
Yeah, don't even try because you can't help him. So.
Well, I want to know what he's talking about.
I think he couldn't follow your train of thought, but he doesn't even want you to like try.
Was that hard? Did you guys follow my train of thought? Didn't you?
I don't know. I think.
All right. But anyways,
good prediction.
All right. Any other predictions before we go to resolutions?
No.
Okay. I have two for 2024. One is that I'm going to try to booby feed until the baby's at least 1, maybe beyond.
Oh wow.
And the big one that I really, really want to try to stick to is, not that I don't try to stick to the other one, but is that I want to take at least 5 minutes a day or 30 minutes 3 times a week. And these are just kind of arbitrary, but I just needed to set some kind of like physical. Parameter. Yeah, thank you. To do something to enhance my well-being, physical or mental, just anything.
Like what? Give us some ideas.
And, I think the big things would be like meditation or working out, but literally just anything to do for myself. And maybe because I don't take care of myself at all anymore. Like nothing. Like I'm just absolutely crumbling and falling apart physically. Mentally, I'm like pretty stable right now, but that can easily change at any moment. But I really need to focus on myself a little bit, like 0.01% of the year has to be for me.
What about me?
Yeah, what about Nathan and his hair? You've neglected his hair horribly this whole year.
Hello. I like the thing that's so weird is throughout this year, I actually have made a good effort in having consistent workouts. I've fallen off programs and like started and stopped so many times, but I've done a good amount of workouts this year, which is great. But I've kind of stopped walking. So that's just an example of how our lives right now don't lend themselves to taking care of yourself. Even just like a 10-minute walk twice a day.
Do you guys walk with the kids?
Not as much as you'd think.
But when you walk with a toddler, it's not
like the kind of walk. It doesn't
get your heart rate up.
Yeah. Like just like a consistent, steady pace. Like you really can't do that. It's like you walk, you struggle, you stop, you drag.
You fist fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Why don't you guys stick the toddler in that wagon thing, walk to the park, and then let her run like a maniac?
That's a whole can of worms we're opening up.
Anyway,
that's assuming that your toddler.
I'm just trying to
kids ruin everything.
You need to do 5 minutes a day or whatever, because it feels impossible.
It does feel impossible. And even if that 5 minutes or 30 minutes is a nap or something, like just anything that I could be like, I am taking care of myself.
Yeah.
Wait, I have a question.
Yes, David.
Do you guys ever get the kids, stick them in the car, drive them to their grandparents, and drop them off for a weekend?
No.
They're too young.
They're way too young.
Are you kidding? Are you kidding? That's the thing is like parents are so like
We want them
dippy
to,
nowadays. My parents would do that all the time. Parents would do that all the time.
We want their grandparents to want to come visit us, and I think if we did that, they would stop.
It's hard. It's hard right now, and especially like it's just not stop action and intensity that we just can't put on anyone else right now.
You should talk to Mrs. Monster because she uses to fucking drop us off and not give another thought about us. But I come from the time when parents were actually annoyed when you returned home safely. Oh, look! Do you want to read what?
Sure. Yes, Aaron. It's imperative. Remember the instructions on an airplane. Put the mask on yourself first. So you can have the person next to you. You have to find the time to put yourself first. It has been impossible, but that's my resolution. So 2024, guys, it's gonna be the year of Aaron.
Woo!
Aaron is so selfish. Wait, why is she saying? Then Aunt Josie goes on to say, "David is not a parent." LOL. Like, what did I say that contradicts what you're talking about?
Like, drop your kids off with the grandparents. All right, Nathan.
But come on. But wait a minute. Nathan, you could do yours in a second. Aunt Josie. Did your parents or did they not just drop you off somewhere and drive away when you were a kid? All right, go ahead.
2024, what would you like?
2024, I would like to have chocolate cake every day.
Do it.
Oh, wow.
You're not getting any younger. Eat chocolate cake every day.
Okay, so I think, yeah, it's anytime resolution, like the New Year resolution thing is, I feel like has gotten such a bad rap about like, oh, people make resolutions and then blah, whatever. But then I feel like I'm making resolutions throughout the entire year that it's like, oh, I'm just like going to restate the resolutions that I'm making for myself constantly. I'm trying to do constantly.
That's okay though.
I think it's okay too. Yeah. And I think it lends itself to the idea that you constantly should be assessing and kind of pushing and figuring out what you need to address and then making changes. David, like you said, how the body is just going to be, there's no normal. It's just going to keep falling apart. So like,
not necessarily falling apart, but changing. Sorry.
Changing, right. So as you're progressing, or as you're living your life, you need to be assessing and adjusting, right? Hooligan Mama says, yes, they did. And that's why we hated them.
Parents dropping their kids off.
Okay.
But can I just say that Aaron and Nathan are so good to their kids, they can afford to have their kids hate them a little bit.
Oh, they will. I think that's just guaranteed in the whole dynamic. You can't avoid that.
That's not true. You guys don't hate your parents.
Oh, really?
Well,
no, we don't.
No, Nathan, I've talked to you extensively, and you what's the word? Adore your parents, worship your parents.
I adore them.
What's the word?
All right. So my prediction, my resolutions.
Yeah.
So what I was going to say for my prediction, but is actually a resolution, is to
be more lesbian.
Get into the physical shape that I desire. I've been trying to attain. So, I have some semblance of what those metrics are, I guess. But I feel like if I started rattling them off right now, it would be like kind of confusing, and some of them might contradict each other. So I'm not quite sure what those are. I have a question for you, David. Do you believe in putting on muscle or cutting body fat first?
No, when people cut body fat first, it's dumb. Put on muscle and then cut while you're doing it, because you will lose fat easier and faster if you have muscle. Your body goes, oh, I'm putting on muscle, and it will naturally cut the fat. Put on muscle.
You know,
and I've already told you.
Experience?
What?
You know that?
Yes, 100%, 100%.
I feel like I'm hearing that now more and more in the fitness industry and the sources that I listen to, but that's like new. It's like a new change I've been hearing.
No, it's not new. It's new in the mainstream, but people didn't listen to bodybuilders. Whatever a bodybuilder says, do it, no matter what it is, because they have done the research on their own bodies and they know. I'm telling you. And it's like I said, if a man doesn't have any muscles, I have a bill in Congress to euthanize all men who don't lift weights because they are worthless and no good can come from them.
Yeah. Okay. So
lift weights. Even women should lift weights too. Women should have more muscle mass too, especially as you get older. Listen to me, ladies. Especially as you get older, because you're gonna see like your muscle just goes away, and if you don't have any, you just become this like thing.
All right. I have one more question for you, fitness guru.
Yeah.
So I don't have a gym. I haven't had a gym membership since I lived in LA, and I have some equipment. I know it's actually really, it sucks, right? It sucks not having all the machines and all the weights and everything. How do you feel about cobbling body weight and like whatever weights you have?
Oh, you should absolutely do body weight exercises. Here's the thing.
I mean,
you're
not like you need to be lifting weights. Period.
No, lifting weights are great. Lifting weights is great for a lot of different things, but you can do push-ups. Or sorry, we call them press-ups in this country, and pull-ups. Pull-ups and press-ups. Press-ups and pull-ups are an amazing workout right there, and you could even do squats and stuff like that. But I will tell you, though, that this is what you guys should do. You guys should tag team it, because there's nothing, especially when you're parents, and I've heard this from so many parents, there's nothing like getting out of the house and working out, because I bet you're not getting the same workout at home that you're getting. You guys should tag team, and both of you guys should get a membership somewhere else and get out. That could be your thing to get out of the house, Aaron. And Nathan has the kids for a solid hour, and you get out and work out, and vice versa. But also, you know what I did? I took care of my friend's baby for a little bit, and I used to do with actually two different people that had kids. I used to like do like workouts with them. And, like lift them up and, put the TV on and stuff, and they'd run around, and I do it. And they thought that they were playing, and I was getting a really good workout. You could do that too. Like you take care of your kids while you're doing that. And even they love doing push-ups and stuff. They love doing that stuff.
Yeah.
What?
Be a good example for them to see.
Yeah.
No, totally. And you lift your kids and you squat with them, and they giggle and they run around and they love it. Do that. Do kid workouts.
Cool. Yeah. So that's my one resolution.
Okay.
My other resolution, I think gratitude always pops up, like wanting to be more grateful, and just practicing that and being in the present. But like, I think almost more important for me right now is just to just stop overthinking everything and like just simplify it. Like, it's good to think through things and be aware of your thinking, but if there's no action or if you're ruminating, that you just have to stop like that. You have to move on to the next thing. So yeah. What?
I'm just here thrashing. There's a child up. We'll see how much longer we have.
Okay. It sounded like Godzilla.
I'll stop with those two.
Is that good? David, resolution?
Okay, I have 4 resolutions. Number 1, be less gratitude. Fuck gratitude. It doesn't get you anywhere. I'm only grateful from now on when it makes me feel good. Because aren't there days when you're like, oh, God, yeah, I'm grateful. Yeah, I'm better off than this person. And it's just like stupid. Because no. And that whole thing of like, no one owes you anything. And yeah, you do. You owe me so much. If you can take my money, if you can tax me on my income and then tax me when I buy something and then tax my property, nobody's even listening to me. Is anyone listening to me?
Somebody has to tend to a child. But...
Anyway, so fuck gratitude. I'm letting gratitude go. I'm only practicing gratitude when it makes me feel better. Number 2, destroy the human race. Number 3, if I can't do that, I'm going to sever all ties to the human race. Sever all of them.
Credible, violent threat.
Yeah, but come on. You already agreed that the human race is a cancer on the face of the earth. You already said that, Aaron. We already heard. We have you on tape saying
what are
it.
you going to do about it?
I'm going to destroy the human race.
Wow.
Well, I don't know. If I can't figure that out, I'm going to sever all ties to the human race, all of them. And number 3 is to have more fun.
How are you going to sever all ties?
Just try to be as self-sufficient as possible, not have any like physical interactions with people unless I'm buying something or ordering them around. Like not let anyone, I don't want anyone else on my money lines. It's really hard. I haven't figured it out yet.
All right. You're gonna have to work on the details of that. Oh no.
I'm figuring it out. So concurrently with trying to destroy the human race and severing all ties, like whichever comes first.
Yeah, let's see if the FBI shows up at your door after that one.
Oh God, the FBI. You know what? Does the FBI really ever do anything good for anyone ever? Ever?
That's a whole other can of worms we can get into on a future episode. I have a very short list of best and worst of 2023. It's a
all right. Go ahead.
Anybody else have any?
Yeah, listeners, we want to hear your best and worst too. Okay, go ahead, Aaron. Go.
All right. Best or worst first?
Worst.
Toddler jealousy. A 3-day birth.
Oh, that was pretty bad.
COVID.
Wait. Oh, toddler jealousy. It took me a minute. Okay, I get it. And a 3-day birth. Wow. Your toddler is jealous of the baby?
Oh yeah.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
Do everything the baby does.
Oh, Aunt Josie said she's going to deliver me cookies. Thank you, Aunt Josie. I love cookies. And none of them fucking sugar cookies. I'm sorry, but Christmas sugar cookies are bullshit. If it doesn't have chocolate chips in it, I will fight you. All right, go ahead. Yeah.
Totally agree with you, but I'm excited to make sugar cookies with the family tomorrow. But
put something in them. Put something in them. Sugar cookies are boring.
Wait, icing with food coloring, and there's going to be different shapes, and then there's going to be sprinkles.
They're beautiful, but when you eat sugar cookies, it's just empty calories. When you eat chocolate chip cookies, there's chocolate in it, and chocolate is good for you.
Okay, continue.
Childcare, just everything about it.
It's the worst.
Worst of 2023.
I'm sorry. You got to move your grandparents closer.
Finding reliable people, like just the schedules, cost, everything about it's terrible.
God, I'm sorry.
Our attempt at a beach vacation. Which we could talk about that story if we have time. And sleep. Sleep was one of the worst parts of 2023. Best of 2023. We went to Atlantis in the Bahamas. Oh,
you went what? Say it again.
Atlantis in the Bahamas.
You did with the kids and everything?
With the older one.
Yeah, other one was in Belly.
Oh wow! Did I know that? I don't remember if I knew that or not.
He sent us hateful messages that we were
there.
Oh, that's right. Because it is pretty shitty that I wasn't invited.
A 6-month leave for Nathan was on my best of 2023.
That's incredible, Nathan.
Having a healthy birth, best 2023, and meeting.
That's where you practice gratitude. You do have 2 healthy kids.
Yeah, and he's like, he's a good dude.
He's
gonna be
cool.
a good dude.
He's cool.
Yeah. So meeting him.
The girl's not so great.
She's just a toddler. I don't know.
Spectacular as well. They're very different. It's interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, just bringing that guy into the world. Then he got to meet his great grandmother, which was very cool for me.
Oh wow!
I don't remember, but
did she cry?
She was filled with joy.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, hooligan mom, I wish we could hire you. I wish we could hire you. A promotion in one of my jobs made what was about to be a financially deficient year into a financially prolific year, which I didn't expect in a year that I had a baby. So that was really cool. And I also said goodbye to my student loans. Bye-bye.
You said goodbye to what?
My student loans.
You finished them?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Why? Biden was about to get rid of them.
Well, it's funny you say that because I waited until June because I had signed up to have them cleared. And when that got turned down, I was like, okay, I guess it's gonna be on me. And they all came back, or I paid up a whole bunch of them, and I had a certain amount that were coming back in September, and I was like, fuck that, I'm not gonna give you one more month of interest. Got rid of those, and there was another batch that just a couple days ago. That's it.
Wow! Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge.
So that is anybody else, best or worst?
Shall I go, David?
Yeah, go.
So worst is definitely sleep. Sleep has just been so terrible. That's been just so hard.
How weird! Someone else said that earlier.
That has to be the worst.
Sorry.
And it's funny because I'd never really made a concerted effort to get 7 or 8 hours of sleep until I got this, or what is it called?
The Aura Ring?
Aura Ring. And since it tracks your sleep and you can see it, I was like, oh, wow, okay. Now I'm going to try and get a certain amount of, and I had, like, prior to this past year, before everything went downhill, I'd never gotten so many consistent 7, 8 hours of sleep, and it just made such a difference in how I felt. So sleep is the worst. I think seeing or viewing how I don't like being mean, but I'll just say it, how dumb people are. Like, I think we're becoming pretty dumb
As a species?
as humans. You
sound like someone I know.
Yeah, and it just seems so worrisome to me now. Like, it's worrisome. So that sucks. That's kind of the worst. Best, Atlantis.
Yeah.
Getting my hair cut, like having short hair is just like getting my hair out of my eyeballs. Like, I love long hair, I really do, but it's been so. And I was supposed to get a haircut yesterday, and I had to cancel it. I'm a little bummed about it because I just want to do nothing
because of childcare.
Your hair looks really short.
I know, but I want it even shorter. I don't even want. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Other great things. I don't know. That's enough.
You had a son.
Oh wait. Okay. Yeah. So the son, and also a nephew.
Who had a kid?
Great nephew. Wait.
Oh yeah, we don't understand the relation.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, great nephew. Great nephew. Yeah.
Nephew.
Great. Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah. So that's the only good things I was going to say. And I completely forgot. But they were born a week apart.
And I gotta tell you. Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
And also a nephew is in the oven.
Oh yeah.
So it's been the year of boy in the family, and it's very cool and exciting.
And I got to tell you, your great nephew, I'm not going to say who it is, but boy, no mother has ever been more excited to have a child than that girl. Like, I am so happy for her. She just seems so
over the moon.
Just over the moon, like, with
I'm
that
not that
kid.
excited to have my children.
I mean, yeah, you guys like your children and you have fun with them and they're great, but she is just, it's a shrine to that child. Like, oh man.
Well, we haven't met him yet. We're excited to in about a week.
Yeah.
You haven't met him yet?
Not in person.
No.
You are the two worst people in the world. Well, they haven't met your kid either, right?
No. Yeah,
you're all
they came to meet our kid, but we would not meet theirs.
You guys live like 5 hours away, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Do you know how hard that is with our current situation?
You guys are all the worst people in the world.
Oh my god.
I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but to pack for a trip and drive,
dude,
it is like it is. Oh, David, it's a lot.
I'm telling you, people who decide to be parents are crazy people. They're insane.
David, do you have a best and worst of 2023?
I didn't think of it. You guys tell me, what was the best and worst thing that happened to me?
I'll have to have it.
You had the highest selling game.
Well, that was a recent thing.
Together,
but it totally, because here's the thing, like, I've been working for that company for a while now and doing other things and submitting, and them just saying no. Because when I found out I had the best, the biggest selling, it kind of like broke my heart, because it was like, I've been working my ass off trying to get more, like trying to get a flow going, and I just want to just beat the shit out of the guy who makes the decisions. So it is really good, but I guess, yeah, I have to, like, now it's in my court. I have to, because also, let me just explain one thing. I had a clothing company for a long time, and I worked with buyers, and every season, like, there were so many different seasons, especially with like Hot Topic and with Urban Outfitters, where I'd have like the #1 selling item and da da da. It never like parlayed into like success and like, oh wow, we're gonna listen to you. It's like, here, I did this, now I want to do this to segue into it. And so it just kind of like, this happening just kind of like puts me back there. It's just like, God, like, can you ever work with human beings that aren't fucking stupid? Like can you, like, if you have a success, you follow that success with something similar, or you don't keep churning it out like they do in the entertainment industry, but like, like people. And because here's the thing is, like, not only do I have this best-selling game, people are coming to me weekly asking, when is the next game coming out? And they're going to that company too. So I think my point is that this is one of the reasons why I need to sever all ties with the human race, because it's just, I cannot deal with the highest level of stupidity. It just, like, if you guys had a huge success, are you going to just stop it? Oh, we're not going to go in that direction anymore. All right,
I have another best thing for you, David.
What?
I have another best thing for you.
Yeah, I'm going to go on that. Oh, that tree. That tree is the best thing that happened to me.
You live on the beach.
I do live on the beach. That is one thing that's kept me sane. Like, I went down there today because our waves are crazy. I don't know if you guys heard this. No. It's not like Santa Cruz or anything, but like, everybody in my family that lives outside of California, like, oh my God, are you okay? Did you get hit by a tidal wave? The waves are crazy. I wish I would have shown you guys, because the waves are crazy big, but they're not that bad here. Like in Santa Cruz, did you guys see the videos of Santa Cruz?
No.
They fucking had 50-foot waves that just took over the town. Like, normally the waves would break like a good like quarter of a mile from town. They had these 50-foot waves that just came right into town and moved cars and stuff. Wow. They moved cars.
That's crazy.
So it's not that bad here, but
a road trip with your mom? Was that one?
I did take. Wait, did I take? Didn't I talk about the road trip already?
No, you went to South Dakota. Like, that could have been a best of 2023.
Oh, it was interesting. North Carolina is a groovy place. I got to tell you, I want to drive around the country more, because it's like we stopped in like Knoxville, and we stopped in, and there's cool little towns. Like, these little towns are really cool, and you get to see like how progressive people are. And when you're in the South, you see how like at my mom's local little grocery, and she lives in North Carolina. It's a totally red state, and she lives in a red city. At her grocery, there's a trans man working. Nobody batted an eye, but right next to the trans man, I heard racial comments from white people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and then we went to the beach that day, and I heard more racial and homophobic comments. So I want to go travel. That was interesting. I wouldn't say it was the best, but it was really interesting, and I would like to go there more. Like, my mom lives in a beautiful city right near the beach, and the beach is really cool and awesome.
I do very much enjoy that you were whispering into the microphone.
Wait, what?
Thank you.
Well, I didn't want to tell everybody about the homophobic comments that I heard.
Understood. Well, guys, we're running pretty long, so I think we're going to wrap it up. Is there anything that you're looking forward to in 2024? Anything exciting on the horizon?
I'm looking forward to
travel. Potty trained toddler.
Yeah, all right. You just get to the outcome and not go through the process.
Oh wait, so the oldest one is potty training now?
Sort of.
Ew.
All right.
God,
this is rapid fire. This is rapid fire.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Beach, travel, beach and travel.
We're gonna go see a full eclipse.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Try.
Where?
So there's a full solar eclipse in April.
Where?
It cuts up like mid states and goes up over like western Pennsylvania and up. So it kind of like diagonally shoots up the the country. And yeah, they're common around the world. They happen regularly, but depending on where you are, it could be 15 years or 20 years or until the next one.
I've never been in one in my life. Yeah. So wait, it'll happen where you guys are?
So we're going to go back to visit family, and that should be where it is. So
in April? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
Cool.
I learned about these when I was in college in an astronomy class that I took for like 2 credits or something. And I was like, and our instructor had been to like 2 of them, 2 in his life, and said they're the most magical thing. Even if it's cloud cover, it's still pretty amazing. So
I want to see it. I'm jealous. I'm super jealous.
My the only other one I can think of is, since the interest rates are coming down, we're gonna hopefully put the feelers out there to see if buying a house makes sense.
Are you guys gonna buy Grace Kelly's old house?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Nice. And just to remind everybody listening, they live a block away from where Grace Kelly grew up. Yeah. It's a beautiful neighborhood.
No, now all our haters are gonna know where we live.
Oh God, I'm sorry. Forget it.
They have no idea. I'm gonna get a new job. That's for sure.
Hey.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I don't know what yet, but I'm gonna do it.
Oh, cool. Okay.
All right.
Ah.
Well, I hope everyone has a very, very happy new year, a very safe and healthy new year, and everyone celebrates and does something really fun tomorrow, however you want to ring in the new year. And
oh, is it tomorrow?
Yeah,
tomorrow.
You said that and I was like, oh, really? It's like the new year?
Yeah,
I guess that's why we're
New Year's Eve
this.
tomorrow.
No, seriously, it never occurred to me this whole week that was happening tomorrow. Wow, okay.
Happy New Year. And tomorrow the date is 123-123.
How do you know these things? I didn't know that either.
I
don't know anything. Yeah. I just found out that Mariah Carey's song was not a commercial. I just found that out.
Oh boy. Well, thank you all for tuning in.
Wait, read it.
Thank you for the 2023 wrap-up 24 predictions. May your prediction for president not come true. Sending peaceful and restful night's sleep to you and Aaron and Nathan.
Oh, only to Aaron and Nathan?
Sorry, yes. David.
God, she's so... Aunt Josie is so racist. And just for the record, we don't want Trump to win either. I don't want Donald Trump to win, absolutely. And sending David lots of chocolate. Oh, that is so sweet, Aunt Joe. Crazy Aunt Josie. Aunt Josie's crazy.
All right, everybody. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Thank you. We're taking off. Yeah, sing us out, guys. Sing us out. Keep going.
The